So hello everyone and welcome back to Sailors Aboard. Today is the long awaited tour of our 69.5 foot narrowboat. Although we like to call it 70 foot because this is a family friendly channel after all. So we bought Olive in 2020 on the 3rd of October last year from Pyford Marina on the River Wey. And fun fact actually, this is the same place that Minimalist bought their boat from, I think in 2017. And if you go back and watch their first few videos, you can see their boat right next to ours in the thumbnail and in the videos. Yeah, and it's just crazy, you know, the odds of that, because they become a narrowboat vlogger and we become a narrowboat vlogger and we're right next to each other. And we had no idea. But unfortunately, I didn't vlog the experience of us going to see Olive. I don't know why. I think I had some doubts about how good the channel would do and if it would do any good at all, because there was so many other channels like Foxes of Boat, Cruise in the Car, Well Deck Diaries, Float on a Boat, you know, the whole lot. But I'm glad I did in the end, and I sort of do regret that decision of not vlogging it. As soon as we started to get, you know, 100 subscribers a week, I was like, ah, damn it. But yeah, what a shame. I could have done a before and after of this boat. Because I could have, well, I did do a little tour when we first got the boat, but it was just about 1 minute coming through the boat, back to front. But no big proper tour like this video. But actually, there is a tour video of this boat before we got it. That Tinsley Marine actually did as a promotional video. So here you go. This is Olive, our 2008X Black Prince hire boat, 69.5 foot long, 6 foot 10 wide, and it's got a draft of about 2 foot, which is really good for shallows canals like the Llangollen and the Montgomery. And if you didn't know, the boat builders that built this boat for Black Prince is Pro Build. It's got 4mm thick steel on the roof of the boat, 10 on the hull, and 6 on the sides, so it's a pretty sturdy boat. And we've got plenty of scratches over the years, or months I should say, God. But no massive dents. We've had a couple of head-on collisions now, not a dent but a scratch. So as I said, we bought her in 2020, before the boom in the market of narrowboats, which has gone ridiculous now, and we're so glad we did actually. It's a mistake we didn't make. We bought it just before, well, they were rising then, but not as much as they have now. She was up for 85k, which you would pay nowadays in 2021, but you wouldn't pay that in 2020. That was a bit ridiculous asking price. So it was soon reduced to about 75,000. But when we went and saw it, we negotiated the price, and we got it down to 67,000. And we've probably put about 5k into the boat with batteries, painting, woodwork, fresh blacking, and quite a bit more. We didn't take a survey out on the boat, as there had already been a survey taken out on the July of that year. with nothing bad on it apart from it needed to be blacked. So yeah, in April 2021 we got a blacked in Braunston Dry Dock, and if you watched all our videos, you know we did that, and we did it ourselves, and it was a great experience. I think it's about £600 overall, so not too bad really. So yeah, we wanted to do it ourselves because we wanted to get a good look at the hull, see what it was like, because we hadn't seen it before obviously. And it was a great experience, you know, blacking a boat. It was quite fun actually, to be honest with you. And apart from a bit of pitting, she was all good. But we did get a fellow narrowboat vlogger to weld on some new anodes for us, which was Narrowboat Will. You've probably seen and you've probably heard of him. He's a great guy, so thanks for that, Will. We really appreciate it. So overall, Olive had 2 bedrooms on it and a put-me-up, so that was perfect really, because we all sleep alone. Me and Dad both snore, so they don't sleep together because Dad is a very heavy snorer and Mum's a very light sleeper. So we needed 3 different bedrooms really, and I think Olive was the only boat that we looked at that had 3 bedrooms. The other one was just just 1 bedroom with a put-me-up. But yeah, we needed a 70-foot boat because we needed all that extra length, and we need 3 separate beds of course. Although we can't do the whole network like the Rebel Link and the Leeds and Liverpool, but we feel that that extra room is worth it really. We do have plans to get another narrowboat at some point, but without further ado, let's give you a tour of Olive. So this is the bow of Olive, and it's quite nice, the bow. We really like it because it actually looks like a Viking warship, which is, you know, pretty interesting. So instead of making a standard pattern with the sand to make this part of the boat grippy, Dad's decided to put a little Olive sign in. So this is called a rubber D-fender, not a defender, a D-fender. And it's like a big long rubber strip instead of just your standard rope things that you put on the front of your boat. So if you see a boat like this, you know it's made by ProBuild, or it's a ex-Black Prince hire boat. And you can actually remove these and change them over by just undoing this bolt here. So as you can see, this side we've got wood, and the other side is still what it used to be before, which is just thick chipboard. But we're struggling to find some more of this wood at the moment. Every Wicks we go to is out of stock. We used to have to lift this whole thing up to get to the water, but now Dad's put a convenient little hole, and here's the water point. All we have to do is just take this cap off. We've also got an extra 50 litres in canisters here as well, which gives us just a little bit more. Underneath the bow we have a stainless steel 600 litre tank. Dad's also put a little table here that can flip up and down. As you can see, here's our little tomato plant we bought in May. To hold the doors open instead of putting a hook, Dad's put some magnets here on the bench and one on the door. So here's the other side. Obviously it doesn't look nowhere near as nice, but we've got storage underneath here. And the same goes with the other side as well. Now here's our 4G antenna. It didn't used to be this long, but we've extended it a bit to get an extra reach. At one point we had 40 megabytes when it was lower, and 80 when we put it right up. So it's really good. Also, this is the antenna we always talk about when we say, oh, we haven't put the antenna down. And it's attached to an Hawaii 4G bot. And we have a contract with Free for unlimited 4G data, which we stick a little SD card in there. Here's our traditional halogen tunnel lamp. It's not very powerful. And it takes a lot of energy. A lot of people ask us about this sticker, but we're not the ones who put it here. It's probably the last owners. As you can see, we've got a little hidden Union Jack behind there. And here's our first horn, which is just a standard waterproof car horn because we haven't had good luck with horns before. Here's one of 3 M-Pals that we got. They're charged by solar and they last really long. They've never run out, and they're motion censored and they just come on at night, LED. And each side we've got a navigation lights. We've also got an omnidirectional TV antenna here, which does the job brilliantly. No complaints about this. Here's where I mount my GoPro for the front-facing GoPro camera. As you can see, we've got some tech deck flooring here. We'll talk more about this later because we've got it on the stern as well. And here's our French-style double doors, which, funny enough, have double glazing, but one of the panels is breached. Here's our chimney for the fireplace. a stainless steel little tube thing, and we've got a cap for it as well that fits it. It's not a proper chimney, because we don't want to just pay a load of money for a chimney and lose it again. So this is the outside of Olive, all hand painted by Dad with international paint. Including these lovely oil painted olive branches. And if you remember rightly, there used to be stickers in these places. Dad's just traced the old stickers and did his own oil paintings. Here's our lovely windows in Olive. They're all the same size apart from two. No portholes on here, and we prefer it this way. It lets in plenty of light, and you can also do a nice trick with them. So here's our chimney for our cooker, and this one hasn't been lost yet because it's not in such an awkward position. We've got quite a few of these chrome mushroom vents as well. And we have quite a lot of these standard rope fenders along the boat. Here's our barge pole, which is featured in many of sticky situations. Here's a tiny little solar panel for Dad's little fairy lights in the kitchen. As you can see, here's a pump out, and we don't use this pump out. And there's a slightly smaller window here, and also with a little drain hole. But there is no bathroom there, so more on this later. This little device stops the rope from ripping off any paint. And as you can see, here's our new sign. All hand painted by Mum and Dad. Dad did the painting of the tree, and Mum. And I think it's really, really good actually. So this is the guttering for Olive. We just put this in recently. The rain used to come off the roof and go straight into the engine room and fill up the engine room with water, which wasn't good. Here's the solar panels. We'll talk more about those in a minute, but underneath the solar panels we've got plenty of storage. So we've got 3 solar panels on the roof. They're made by Perlite. They're quite a good company. They're monocrystalline, not polycrystalline. Monocrystalline means it uses one crystal instead of a polymer, a mixture of crystals. So you get a better conductivity of electric. They're 320 watts each. So we've nearly got 900 watts, nearly 1,000 watts. We've got one solar panel going to a 40 amp MPPT controller, and 2 solar panels going to a 100 watt MPPT controller. Whoa! What was it? Blenheim, I think it is. It's one of the predecessors of the Lancaster. Okay, so back to this now. Josh. Twice he's tripped over that. So it goes into an MPPT controller through these cables here. I've got one box that's redundant. That's in case I want to add another solar panel. Oh, on a good summer's day, it can pull in. I've seen it pull in nearly 60 amps of power on a good summer's day, which is a lot. We did have 8 leisure batteries on because of that, because it was getting to 100% by about lunchtime and nowhere else for it to go. So we put extra batteries on. But unfortunately the batteries, the lead acid, the old-fashioned type of technology, doesn't hold on to the power that well. You know, so we're changing our technology now. We're going for Leoch pure lead carbon batteries, which can accept a charge quicker. So instead of 4 or 5 hours in the summer and 10 or 12 hours in the winter of charging the batteries, these can take a charge much quicker, up to, they can be fully charged in an hour to an hour and a half.
So it's a lot quicker process. So when you do get solar, make sure you get decent batteries. I think their best batteries are the Lioch pure carbon or lithium ion, and they do another battery called a Trojan. They're very good as well. They're like a lead acid, but they can go right down to sort of like 60-70% depth of charge.
Here's our new stern bench, designed and built by me and Dad in February. Also got these leather strap-on cushions, and if you want to see me and Dad build this, go and watch our 2 videos on it. Also we got our little detachable table here, which we built out of the old stern deck. As you can see, there's the old attachment for the old stern bench. And you can also go watch a video on Dad building this as well. The cream deck would get really dirty, so Dad decided to put down some of this tech deck. And it's not the most expensive stuff, so it hasn't done a very good job. And it's not finished yet, but Dad might rip it up anyway, because he's not really happy with it. And here's our very long tiller. It doesn't have a tiller pin because it's the next hire boat. So here's where we put on our diesel. Dad's put a little chain on there so it doesn't drop the cap in. And we've also got a funnel here to funnel in all the diesel so none of it leaks into the canal. And we've got 2 of these 20-litre diesel canisters. And every time Dad fills up on fuel, he makes sure he puts fuel set in just to kill any diesel bug. Here's the only canopy on the boat, and it goes around our stern. And we kind of like it actually. Here's the plug-in point, so if we're in a marina or near a plug-in, we can plug into 240 electric. So here's Dad's sort of makeshift dashboard here. We've got a temperature gauge which doesn't work, but this revometer does actually come in very useful as well. And we've got 2 USB plugs here and a cigarette lighter. Here's the Morse lever, which we use to control acceleration back and forward. Another M-POW here, so at night if we come out this will turn on. Also here's another logo for Olive, and this one's not quite finished though, on top of the hatch. So here's where the other sign will be, but we haven't got a chance to do this yet. So this is a little device which you can flip down to just have easy access onto the roof. This top button here behind the lever is a horn, at the bottom is the bilge pump. So this is what Olive looks like from behind. As you can see, we've got another defender there. There's like a little stub that comes out. And above that we've got our Halfords bike carrier, which is clamped onto a standard tow hitch, which we bolted into the engine room. And here on the back doors we've got all our plaques from all the canals we've done, and all the landmarks of the canals.
Hello! As you can see, this is the engine room. This is an Isuzu 42 horsepower marinized engine. Has twin alternators on it. One goes to the leisure batteries, that one there goes to the leisure batteries, and one goes to the starter battery. The 2 oil filters, the main oil filter is on the side of the engine. We've got another oil filter here. This is the fuel filter, secondary fuel filter, which is a water trap, and there's another further fuel filter down there which goes to the heritage stove in the kitchen. At present we did have 8 leisure batteries on, because in the summer we had loads of solar and nowhere for it to go, but I've taken some off now, and one of them's we've gone down now to 5, but this time of year they take a long time to charge, so we've just bought some new batteries, so they're coming out. What are they? They're Lioch pure carbon batteries, they will charge to full in an hour and a half, as these will charge to full in about 9 to 10 hours depending. So there's a lot more, it's a lot quicker to charge. So we're going down to 3 leisure batteries to see how we go. But as I say, 3 don't sound very much, and it isn't. But because they don't take long to charge, you can switch the engine on, give them an hour, and they'll be back up to charge. This is my bits and pieces, or the man cave as people call it, because we're a cruiser stern. I keep it all in here, all the bits and pieces I need. Weed hatch here. You can open that and check if there's anything around the prop. Exhaust pipe. Over here we've got the Eberspatcher heater, which runs off of the diesel tank. Down here we've got a gearbox, but the gearbox has got a leak in it. I'm trying to find someone to fix it at the moment, but I'm trying to find out where the leak's coming from. It's quite difficult, but it's the PMR 150. It's a hydraulic one. It's oil and water cooled, that gearbox. And then we go out to the prop and out to the propeller at the back there. So that's just a general rough guide of what's in the engine room. There is a lot more. There's a skin tank and other bits and pieces, but most of you guys watching will know about engine rooms anyway. But for people that aren't, it just gives you a general idea of what's going on here. And it can be a bit daunting when you first get a narrowboat, but they're quite easy engines to work on. You know, they're not like the technical ones in the cars now. No computer systems on it, so I think most people could service this engine quite easily.
A couple of things Dad forgot to mention. To get in the engine room, it's very, very heavy, and it did have pistons, but all the pistons have broke. And as you can see, we've got soundproofing as well. And also we've got our fuel gauge here, and this is the oil we use in our engine.
In the umbrella.
No, it's not.
Oh, right, okay. What were we saying about this area?
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Why?
Okay, right, hi guys, this is the main powerhouse. This is the main powerhouse and console and everything really. It's the brains of Olive, I suppose. So much technical. If you go back to old boats, half of this wouldn't even existed then. So up here we got our starters. This is just a basic Isuzu marine panel. It's not the deluxe one that you can get. You can get a deluxe one. It's got a revometer on it and other various things, but we've installed that behind here outside so we can see it as we're going along. You've got your main 230 fuse board. It's 230 on the boat, not 240. Slightly different. But that's your main fuse and trips there. Fire extinguisher, always important. It's a powder one, but you can use CO2. Then we got a MPPT controller here from the solar panels on the roof. And there's a separate MPPT controller in there, which does 2 solar panels. And then the 12 volt electric that comes from the batteries is converted in through this inverter. It's a Sterling Power Procom BS. It's the best one that Sterling Power do. But what's interesting with Sterling Power, they don't clog their machines with lots of unnecessary bits and pieces that you don't really need. It's a basic, a brilliant machine actually, I can't complain. It's got a built-in battery charger in there. It's got eco mode, and it's also got standard power mode as well. They do use a lot of power. That one's 3.5 kilowatts to cover the washing machine when it's on. We try not to use it. It's luxury, isn't it? 240 on a boat. So that's that area there. We've got our other bits and pieces we keep in here. Windlasses, chains, mooring ropes, bits and pieces. And then here we've got the smart gauge, which was recommended by a friend of ours, Jeff. It is probably the one and only most accurate smart gauge that you can get, or battery monitor that you can get. It's very, very accurate. You don't have to adjust it. All you have to do is when you put it in, make sure your batteries are at 100%. Test your batteries. When they're all at 100%, you just set this machine on there. That's 73% at the moment. So that's what we got in the batteries. It says 1430. The reason it says that is because the power coming in from the sun through the solar panels. But it's at 73%. You never need to change this. Once you've set it, it learns your batteries. Battery type 2 is your starter battery. And at the moment she's sitting at 1340, 1350. She's a little bit, you know, a little bit high for that, but that's because we've just had the engine on, so the battery's got to settle back down. But I recommend this to anyone. About 130 quid by Merlin, smart gauge, absolutely accurate. Once you've set it up, you never have to change it. And it's got lots of different settings on it as well. You can change the brightness of the screen, you can have the screen that will go off and only come on when you press it. It's very easy to use as well and very accurate, so I'm really pleased with that. That's probably one of the best buys I've ever bought for the boat, apart from the solar panels. But yeah, it's a fantastic bit of kit. But yeah, that's that bit. And we have a cat down here as well, called Licorice. Hi Licorice, say hello to the camera.
Hi guys, just want to show you my bedroom. I think Josh showed you in the wardrobe yet. This is like the airing cupboard. I've got Andy's covers in there at the moment. This is me wardrobe, and that's Andy's cover stuffed in there at the moment because we're showing you around. But this is all my clothes in here, and Andy's toolbox at the bottom. But yeah, I bought this cover in Market Drayton. Oh, absolutely love it. Apart from the cats getting on it, I've got my little telly, which is 12 volt. This is the original telly that was in Olive when we got her, until we got a bigger telly. So, which is quite handy if Josh is playing the Xbox in the lounge, and then I can come in here and watch and catch up on my soaps and things, and watch a telly from here. So Josh has put this shelf in, so that gets rid of all the shoes, puts all the shoes on there, which is good. So storage space for the shoes. This is my little light here, guys. That's my little reading light. I have my book in here at night to read. And there's another little light, which is I love this little light here, these were all originally on here. These lights. I think there's one in Josh's bedroom, one in the lounge, and one in here. This is like an angel, so. And I've got Gary with me. Gary's in the bedroom with me, my brother. So he cruises along with us all the time on Olive. So, yeah, so I think that's about it. Oh, Andy's put a little shelf there for me, which is for my little clock and my little earplugs. So I always have to wear earplugs. Don't know why. I used to have to wear them years ago because Andy snores so loud, and I have to wear them all the time now.
How's your bed?
Oh, the bed is absolutely lovely. It's got a big mattress, big thick mattress on it, like that, and they're really Balmoral mattresses. So maybe they're from like Balmoral Castle, I don't know. But yeah, they're really nice. And then we've got the storage here underneath, which is where that's Andy's. Some of Andy's clothes are there. And then I've got me sheets for the beds there. And then I've got some jumpers of mine in there, which is brilliant. And then at the back, there you use these for all your clothes, and at the back there's storage. So underneath there I've got all like summer clothes. Luckily I kept a pair of shorts out because it's really beautiful today. But I've got like summer clothes and shorts. All my Crocs are under there, so keeps it all under there for like next summer. Have the winter, Got all my winter clothes in there now, coats and things. All the coats are here, as you can see, guys, but they're just all to hand, which is really handy. Like, you know, if the weather changes are on the back and we're cruising, we want a warmer coat, just get it from there. Yeah, so that's my bedroom. So, yeah, which is very cosy. Used to have one like this in the cottage where we used to live. Mine was tiny. Mine was a lot bigger than this bedroom actually here, and I like small bedrooms, so yeah, it suits me. I love it.
Here's the steps out onto the stern, and they're not in great condition. I redid these as well. This is the stuff that we had stuck on the walls, and we took it all off because we didn't like it. And it's pretty much flooring, but it's terrible. It falls apart, so we've got to get some proper stuff for this. But you can actually remove these steps as well. We have a cushion here that just slots into where the hatch is, and it keeps the boat nice and warm at night and stops the cold draft coming in. So this is the bathroom. I can't show much of it because it's so bloody small. So it's very cramped, and as you can see, obviously it's not a walk-through bathroom. You're in the hallway at the moment, and I'm in the bathroom. Bathroom's got to be, I don't even know, probably 4 foot by 6 foot overall. So it's very, very small, and that's for a couple of reasons really. One being, there was actually 2 bathrooms. As I mentioned before, there was 2 pump outs, so that means that there was 2 bathrooms, and there was 2 square windows like this, and they replaced this, you know, clouded glass in the kitchen, but they replaced that with a real see-through bit of glass. But yeah, that originally was a bathroom as well, and that's why there's a hole there where the washing machine can let its water out, so it's quite convenient. But yeah, as you can see, it is very small, and yeah, because it's used to be an ex-hire boat, Olive. Obviously, it's more about creating living area for people to sleep in more than toilets. Toilets you're going to spend 2 minutes in. And yeah, the people who bought this boat and refitted it out, they obviously didn't really care much about the toilet, because this, if you ever stayed on a Black Prince hire boat, you'll notice and recognise this bathroom, because this is almost the exact same as all other Black Princes of this time. It's literally, yeah, so this is the original fit out in the bathroom, which is a bit weird, and I didn't notice it until I started looking up other Black Princes, and then I saw one that was listed. It's got the same exact bathroom as this. There's a few changes here and there that they've made, but yeah, it's not complete refit like everything else. And I think, yeah, that's what we're going to do next. One day, when we get a bit of money, maybe next year, we're going to redo this bathroom, make it as nice as the rest of the boat, because at the moment it's a bit, you know, caravan-y, I'd say. It's not, yeah, it's nice. It does the job. We don't spend a lot of time in the bathroom where we don't want to. Why would you want to waste room and space and luxury on the bathroom? And that's why we don't really mind it's this small and it's not a walkthrough. But to be honest, we wouldn't want to walk through anyway, because the amount of times Mum goes to the toilet every day, I don't really want to be walking through the bathroom after that, you know. Alright, but yeah, I think I'm going to show the rest of the bathroom in the voiceover, because it's a bit cramped in here and I can't really show you everything with the camera. So yeah. So as you can see, this is our pump out loo, and we're very happy with it. We don't want to change it. It's very convenient for us, and it lasts us for about 3.5 weeks, but if you were alone, it would last you a couple of months probably. It uses about 4 litres every flush, and we always use this Alcyn Blue, which helps break down the, you know. This light has also got a built-in extractor fan, so it extracts all the steam when the shower's on. Because we're below water, we have to use a well gulper, which pretty much just sends the water back up through a hole which is further up, and it pumps it up. I started collecting these crystals when I was quite young, and I decided to take them with me because they are very nice. This is the shelf I put all my camera gear on. And this is the shelf I have all my books, which as you can see is just photography books and Nicholson guides. Here's the map of pretty much all the canals in England, and as you can see, the purple line is what we've done so far in 2020 and 2021. Here's my Hawaii Matebook 13, which is what I'm editing on right now, and it's a beautiful little machine. It's very, very powerful. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, a Core i7 processor, 10th gen. It's got a 500 gigabyte SSD. It's got a 2K touchscreen, and the battery life is outstanding. I have a touch sensitive little lamp here, which has 3 settings on it. This is my recorder, and where I record my voiceovers, which I'm doing right now. This is my little pot for all my SD cards, which I need to use a lot when filming in 4K. And I also need this 500 gigabyte external hard drive. This is my very hard metal 12-pound chair from Argos. I need to get a new one. And you may have noticed this wall and door was not here. Me and Dad decided we didn't like having to go all the way around swinging down through a little cutting on the side there. And we wanted to put a desk in, so I thought, you know what, let's move the wall over there and put a door in. I thought, oh, let's have a little porthole in it as well. And yeah, we're really happy with this. It's much better than it used to be. I've got my little wardrobe here, which has all the famous little shirts in as well. Even got enough room for my camera bag. Look, there I am in 2012. I got 2 little 12-volt USB slots here, so I can charge my phone at night. This ain't a cooking video this time.
Oh no, it's not a cooking video this time. This is the kitchen of the narrowboat, Olive. I think from the schematics it's about 14'6" the kitchen in length. Got a microwave there. Generally only use it when the engine's running, otherwise it drains the batteries. Washing machine the same. It's a hot point, it has got a cold wash on it. But Diane don't like to use cold wash, he uses 40, so again either the generator or the engine's got to be running for that, otherwise it kills the batteries. It's a lovely kitchen, we've got a hatch here. Cats come in and out, where you can stick your fishing rod out. Cupboards that me and Josh made with our bits and pieces in. Because we didn't have any wall cupboards in this kitchen, so we just made some. Now tea and coffee in here. And the camping stove, we've had this, I bought this, well, I don't know how many years ago it was, when we were going first to the Quick Show, which was about 7 or 8 years ago, Josh? Because we were going to camp at the Quick Show, and we camped at the Quick Show, and I cooked and done our dinner and our teas and coffees on this. And I brought it with us, and I thought, oh, it'll come in handy for something. Because when you've got the Heritage on, we'll get to that in a minute, it gets a bit hot in the summer. And you've got to turn the Heritage on to make tea and coffee. That's where that comes in handy. So a very good bit of kit, that. Well worth the 20 quid. Under here we have our freezer. It's a Shoreline, good manufacture. And that's our freezer with all our bits and pieces in. They do use a lot of electric freezers. It's probably about 5 or 6 amps this one uses, from what I can work out when I test it. But it's handy when you're in the middle of nowhere to store things, dinners and that. Yeah, the freezer used to be on here, just in this bit here, but it was cumbersome and in the way, so we moved it down to here, under there. And we leave the doors open at night to let any cool air in and around it. But we still got the old soil tank under here, because there used to be 2 bathrooms on Olive, and they said that they couldn't remove that. So we're left with that, unfortunately. And over to this side we got our drawers, junk drawers. This is where we keep bits of medicine, paracetamol. Under here we got our cereal. Keep our cereal. And then we have our Inlander fridge. This uses quite a bit of electric as well. I think most of them all do use a bit of electric, unfortunately. But there is one thing you can do in the winter, because there's lower light levels. You can get a small box and put your fridge stuff outside and keep it cool and turn your fridge off. I've seen people do that before. A little lamp in here. This is a spice rack. I don't use it for spice because it's too open, so it's bits and bobs, spare batteries, screws, bolts, fuses, anything that you might need on the boat, hooks, fruit bowl. One of these, egg, got duck eggs in there and free range eggs. A barometer, which is always good. And under this one here is under the sink stuff. We've got our veg under there, but it's all our cleaning equipment, tea towels, cat food. We've got these ones here, this is all our plates, cups, glasses. Bread bin we picked up on, can't remember where we were now. Another end cupboard here, but you can see this space here is directly behind it, is used up by the old tank. Cutlery drawer. Lovely sink, I like this sink. Lovely sink. Windows on Olive are lovely as well, you can just lift them out. So if you're in the kitchen and it's hot in the summer, just lift your window out. Another little spice rack, because we've got a spice rack up in the corner there, because there's not enough spice room for all the spices I have, so I've got one up there and one here. We've got this we got in Mahon in the Canary Islands, which we really love. Under here is what I call my cupboard, really. It's a cooking cupboard. It's got all the sugars, the salts, the flours, anything to make cakes and pastry and that with. I think we talked about most of that, yeah. And here we have a Heritage Arga, which I fell in love with when I saw the pictures of the boat. I used to have one of these in the Falklands. It was different. It was a Rayburn in the Falklands, and it used to use blocks of peat, which was, but that did all your central heating and everything. This one just does our cooking. It's a smaller version of the bigger range that they do with the back boiler. But they're exquisite. They're made in Cornwall, local company in Cornwall, Heritage. And it's a beautiful bit of kit. It's so easy to use. It runs on diesel. You just flick that switch and she'll fire up. This is the temperature. You can hear her now, the fans come on. And then you'll hear the diesel ignite. There we go. And that's it. Just got to get someone to service it. just in case they do say that it's got to be serviced. But there's a lovely bit of kit. They are expensive. This one will set you back about £8 and they are heavy, so you have to calibrate the boat a bit better. The only trouble is the soil tank's on the same side as this, so sometimes we do lean a little bit. But it's a beautiful bit of kit. I fell in love with it and I still love it now. Got two ovens. You've got the main oven here and you've got the temperature gauge on there, and then under here you've got a warming oven. I keep all the trays in there as well. Here is, you can open this. It's quite tight to open because this is where the filter grill is. I open it every now and again and clean the filter out. Let the air. Do you want me to open it? And do that. But beautiful kitchen, solid work beach tops as well, which we they were oiled when we got the boat, but the oil just wasn't man enough to do the job. So we've done 3 coats of clear polyurethane yacht varnish Ronseal at the moment, and all you have to do with this is just key it back with a bit of Scotch pad or very fine wire wool, put another coat on it and just build it up over the years. It's beautiful. Yeah, but that's the kitchen.
Hi guys. Well, welcome to the lounge. Well, don't know if you call it, I think you call it the salon. Saloon? I'm not sure. It's like being in the Wild West, the saloon. But yeah, this is Josh done this. He didn't record this, but he made this out of just an old piece of wood we found back on the Thames, I think it was. And he varnished it all down, cut it, put it in. Makes a lovely feature, I think. And my lovely tiger I bought from the cottage. Andy got me that for Christmas one year. Yeah, this is the owl shape. They call it dinette. And this goes down to lower for Andy's bed. This is where Andy sleeps. Yeah, so this goes into his bed. This is where he sleeps. As you can see, the covers are all shoved in my wardrobe at the moment, but they usually just lay here. Yeah, this is the 2 chairs that me and Josh usually sit in. We usually got the bed down in the evening, so Andy lays there. Me and Josh sit here. We've got our blankets if we don't want the fire on or the stove on, which we haven't had on this year so far. It is absolutely beautiful weather today. This is our hatch. You can see out. And Andy is in the process of doing some pictures on it, as you can see. It's not quite finished yet, but it's in the process of doing pictures. I think they're going to look really nice once they're finished. But you can see how much light it gives, guys, when you open this up. How much light comes in. But we do love olive. We do like the portholes, but I prefer all these big windows because it's just so light in here. And you can take all these windows out and clean them as well, which makes it a lot easier. But yeah, this is our chairs. And what's nice about them, if you want to sit the other way, they turn right the way round, like so. And that one goes round as well. I won't show you that, but yeah. And you can sit in them like that. And I think you can push them back like that. But this even goes further back. But because I've got it like this, I can't go further back. But I can lay like more or less flat out in these, which are lovely. We absolutely love these. And this is mine, guys. This is my chair. I don't know why, but I just like sitting here more. So I have a go at Andy when he sits in it. So yeah, moving on. Got a little shelf. I think Andy put the little shelf in here because he kept moaning at me because I was sat in my chair and I didn't have anywhere to put my cup of tea. So I've got this little shelf, put my cup of tea there, and a little controller for the telly. And then we're moving on to the Morsel, I think it's Morso, I think. Yeah, it's got it written on here, guys. It's Morso squirrel. And you've got the squirrel on the side, and that's when we eventually start putting the fire on, which is lovely. We usually just use coal on that because it gives off a lot more heat. But you can get we have the kindling start with a bit of paper, firelighters, get it started, then add your coal. Obviously you can put logs in there as well if you want to, but that's absolutely lovely, lovely and warm. And this makes the warm air, it's like a fan, so once this gets up to temperature, once it gets hot, it goes round and puts all warm heat all round you, so it's lovely. And this was already here, all these shelves with all my books, because I do like reading, and me and Andy's wedding, and we got married a long time ago. Now all our little dogs, because we love Rottweilers. Yeah, all our little things on here, gadgets, pictures of Josh, and he was at school, my mum and dad, my auntie Ellen. Yeah, and then we've got, well, it's Josh's Xbox here. We've got a little stereo, guys, that goes in. That was already on here. Slots in, you put the radio on and everything there. And this is, we've got the computer, the laptop in there at the moment. But when we have the fire on, we've got, that's where we keep all the like kindling and that sort of thing. And Andy keeps the logs, not the logs, the coal in the front there of the bow. Keeps it nice and dry in there. I've got this, guys. Usually I keep it in between the washing machine, which is I wouldn't do without this. I love it. And this was already on here, thank God. Put all my washing out. Then I do the washing. You know how I love washing. The boys are always moaning at me because I put the washing on. Oh, and I have to put it on 40. So they're moaning at me about that. Yeah, this is a JVC 40-inch television. And it's been put on a bracket under there. But originally we used to have a 43-inch Toshiba, but that wasn't too big, because I love a big television, but it was the power. It used 120 watts, so we had to get rid of this. This uses 45 to 70, so it's a lot better. And we pull it out like that at night time. There we go. Sit in my chair. I'm here. I can put it right back, as you can see now. So I can go right back like that if I want. And then Josh sits in this one normally. Yeah, so that's our lovely lounge stroke saloon, whatever you call it. And then at night we just put it back like that. That's safe like that. Yeah. So that's I think that's the tour complete, isn't it, Josh?
Right, so that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, the long-awaited tour of Olive, which has been 10. Well, we got on here on the 4th of December, and it's now, what is it, the 10th of
October.
10th of October.
Yeah.
So it's about 10 months it's been, and Josh has been wanting to do this probably since the last 5-6 months.
Yeah.
But it's
February.
Yeah. But we've still not finished that side, guys. We showed you the side that is finished. So yeah, so if you see us coming along, one side does say Olive, the other side says nothing at the moment.
Yeah. What's your boat name then? Someone said the other day.
Yeah. So, but yeah, long awaited, finished, isn't it? And
Yeah, getting there.
But we couldn't wait any longer to show you.
no.
Waited long enough, I think.
Well, the weather's going to get bad, isn't it? So
Yeah, very nice weather at the
Oh,
moment. in October,
absolutely
so-
beautiful. I've even got shorts on today, guys, and it's the 10th of
So I
October.
thought, let's just do it. We're on a nice quiet canal on the Montgomery. Should I say that? No. But yeah. Bit of a faff trying to get on the right side, wasn't it? That's the trouble. That's
Yeah,
what
we
took
had
us so long.
to. We couldn't moor over on the Olive side, the one, because there's people moored up already and they haven't moved. So we had to turn the boat round yesterday, or Andy had to turn the boat round, so we're on the right side.
Yeah, but got it done in the end. But yeah, that's Olive. I hope
Yeah.
you all enjoy. I hope you learned something from this video if you're thinking about buying a narrowboat.
Yeah.
any questions, let us know.
Yeah.
I'll probably pay like 90 grand for this boat now.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, she was up like year before we got her. She was up for over a year with nobody wanting her. She was 85,000, but I think now, tell you what, guys, I think
90, maybe even 100 grand for.
I don't know. They're really like Cruising the Cut. Dave done a vlog how expensive they've gone
Going
up.
through the roof.
Like a 40-odd thousand boat would be like 55 now. So
55,
bought
60.
this,
They reckon even 20,000 on
yeah.
boats now, don't they?
We bought this for 67.
yes, yeah. I don't know if you do know, but she eventually kept coming down. We loved her and we kept watching for her, didn't we? But she was out of our price range to start with, and she kept coming down and down. She got up to 70. We managed to get her for 67 in the end. So yeah, but we love her. She's just so unique. We haven't really seen any like her. If you see the Black Prince boats, that's what she was originally, a Black Prince. But her bow's even different to them. It's even like higher and yeah.
Taken off a Viking ship, wasn't it? Josh?
Yeah,
When
that's what
he
Josh said,
researched
yeah.
it. This model, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the tour.
So enjoy,
Hope you all enjoyed it.
and you can see where we all sleep now.
Yeah.
Andy sleeps here because he snores. I sleep 70 foot away from him, the other end. You see all our bedrooms. You can see I don't know if Josh has put it in here, but if you have a look originally she was a lot different inside than she is now. We've added a few things.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. And check out our Patreon, where you get 24-hour early access to our videos and exclusive videos, shout outs, the whole lot. And
Nature walks.
yeah, it really
cooking.
supports us as well. So
Yeah.
thank you to all the patrons as well.
Oh, thanks to everybody. Well, thanks for all of you for watching us the last 10 months.
It's been a crazy
Yeah, it's been
year.
good.
Yeah, and we can't believe how quick it's gone. Keep watching, guys.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, buy a narrowboat,
Yeah,
do it.
We love
because
it.
Life goes so quick.
yeah, too quickly.
So that's it, right?
Yeah,
All right.
thanks, guys. See you later.
See ya.
Hasta la vista, baby.